To tell you that race and possibly gender didn't come up, it did. It definitely did. And looking back on it now, it's very easy for me to say I'm glad that it happened because, to be twice as good is a good thing. You know what I mean? I remember when I was working for Judge Foley, and as his law clerk, he required us to come in very early, like 6:30, 7 o'clock, to brief him for his morning calendar. And we would come, I would come in on the side doors the same as the judges. And I remember one morning I came in behind a judge whose name I will not say, and he alerted the bailiffs that a black woman was coming down the hall from the side door. So when I got up to the doorway to go into the judge's chambers, all guns were drawn because, they had alerted him that, what's this black lady doing coming in this doorway, which is only for law clerks and judges secretaries. And then when they saw me, it was, we laughed and so forth. And Judge Foley was very irate about it and, told the other judge what he thought. And I think back to that now and I say, well, at the time I was angry, but now I know that it was more about lack of exposure for that particular judge because he had never seen a black person or a black female be a law clerk or work in that capacity. And so his first instinct, and that's really sad, that at that time, and that's not that long ago, I mean, it's long ago, but it's 1986 we're talking. So you would think he'd be a little bit more broad-minded, but he wasn't. And that was pretty much my experience throughout my entire professional career. I mean, since I've been here in Las Vegas, it's just, it never ceases to amaze me that there is a predisposition that, black folks are not as smart or can't do the same things that other folks do, or that we somehow have difficulty being impartial, when we see other people of color, or that our thought processes to be disregarded or easily dismissed. And, as a young lawyer, I took a lot of that personal, and I was very angry about it because I had been exposed to other communities and other groups, and it wasn't happening in those cities the way it was happening here. And it did make me give thought to leaving because, you're like, who needs this? But as you mature and evolve, you see that it's really not about you. And that's what I've learned. It's more about, just how low a threshold these people have. And it comes from lack of exposure. They just don't know any better. And they're not going to know any better unless we have more of a presence. So